Okay, the girls don't catch.
Yeah, you can tell everybody
Spencer will catch.
what you're naming her.
There.
Oh, now we're squabbling.
Close.
Thanks for joining us at the Otter exhibit. We're here with two of our very special members. If you recall, we drew the name of one of our members back in December to name our newest otter here at the zoo. So I'm here with Nancy, our curator.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi everybody, introduce myself. My name's Nancy Hutchinson, and I'm really excited to be here at Miller Park Zoo, and I hope to meet everybody when you come out to visit us here.
Thanks, Nancy. And this is Amber and her father, Chris.
Amber.
They're members of the zoo, and Amber has the big announcement to make.
Amber. Oh.
Amber, thank you. Can you tell us what you've decided to name the otter pup?
Splashly.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for being a member.
Hey, Paula.
Yes, well, oh, and you know, because you can't take Splashly home, we have something for you in here. You want to look in there and pull it out? I'll hold it down for you.
All right.
Is that-
Very cool.
Oh!
Hey.
Very cool. What do you say? You say thank you?
It does look like Splashly.
It does.
Thank you, Ember. And
Thank you both.
oh, you're so welcome. Thank you.
Tallulah's
So
by
the
the
one on
edge
the
of the
rock
pool out there. She's the mom. Spencer just ran off the rock. He's the dad.
Keeping track of-
And then there's Splashly. Maybe she'll
Splashly's
get
right
on the
here.
rock. She's getting on the rock. Oh, they're sharing.
Yep. That's Spencer and Splashly on the rock. I think she's a daddy. She's a daddy's girl for sure.
For sure.
Just like Ember.
There's Spencer.
Good boy.
All right. So Splashly's not even a year old yet. She's about 11 months old now.
Where'd she go?
And then
He's standing under here.
Spencer's going to be 11. And Tallulah, I believe it's turning 10.
Yeah, she's
in
yeah. You're younger
February.
than Spencer.
So that is their ages. And Splashly won't be with us all that much longer. She'll go out in the next month or so to a new zoo. And I guess she's going to the Buffalo Zoo now. So she'll be going to New York. Sabrina's also at the Buffalo Zoo, right?
Yeah, one of our snow
One of our
leopards.
snow
Yep.
leopard cubs from 3 litters ago?
Yeah.
3 litters ago. So we've had lots of
I
snow
was gonna say
cubs here at the zoo.
4 or 5 years ago now.
I think she's had a baby now. Was it her?
No, somebody else did.
Somebody else? Oh, okay. I'm wrong. So our otters are out year-round. So if you think there's nothing going on at the zoo, the otters are generally out in the snow and in the rain, as you can see. Right now, they have a half of a log that they all hang
it's
out
over
under.
there.
So it's right next to the big log. So if you come to the exhibit and you can't see an otter, they're all in a pile under the half log.
Yeah.
That's where they like to hang
If
out
we can
right now.
find it.
Grace is going to show you.
I'm gonna show you.
So if you think,
Yeah,
because
it's
they're
very
always locked out unless the weather is extraordinarily bad. So they're not going to be inside ever.
They're usually hiding under this log right here.
There. But that's a squid. Squid. Oh, she caught the squid.
Did she?
Yep. We missed it.
She's getting better.
Just it's bigger. All right, ready? Go, mister. Oh, she said I'll go too. All right, so out in the wild, they're going to eat a lot of fish, but they also eat snakes, frogs, squirrels, small birds, small mammals. Anything they can catch in the wild, they'll have for dinner, so they're not too fussy. Here at the zoo, they eat squid and herring and capelin, which are all saltwater food items. So that's not what they would normally eat out in the wild. They eat freshwater fish, and so the only freshwater fish that I have this afternoon are these tiny little silver sides. Spencer's going to catch one for you. Those come from the lakes of Canada, and now they're also eating some trout. And as you can see, the otters are well fed right now. They're a little plump. And that's because we introduced trout to their diet, and I think they're eating too many, and they're kind of high in fat. So now we're on a little bit of diet. We're trying to slim down the otters. They don't like to slim down, so it's a trick. And so we're working on it slowly. But out in the wild, otters might live about 10, 12 years. Here at the zoo, though, their median life expectancy is 22 years. So they can live a much longer life here in AZA zoos. In the wild, not very many things eat otters, believe it or not. It's usually young otters, so otters that are younger than Splashly are the ones that have to worry, and it's a lot of bird of prey and wolves and coyotes that are going to prey on younger otters or old and infirm otters. So if you're a healthy otter, you can usually hold your own. They have very big teeth. You have any questions coming in, Grace?
We don't. Yeah, type in any questions that you guys have about the river otters, and Wendy and I will answer them.
All right. Is there anything else you want to know about the otters?
What kind of raptors actually hungry?
Any that are hungry. I think it matters what kind. If they're out, little otters are out and available where they can swoop down and get them.
Bald eagles, red-tailed hawks, probably they're big enough to eat a small otter. How old are your otters?
All right, so
I'm looking at Spencer right now.
that's Spencer's
Spencer's
is,
spinning.
12,
He just turned 12.
and
And
I
then-
think he'll turn 12 this spring.
Yeah.
Then Tallulah
And then
will
Tallulah's
turn, I think she's 10 turning 11, so she'll be 11 in February. Her birthday's in February.
All the otters left,
and that's
and
when she
there's
normally has her
Splashly.
babies is in February. And there's Splashly. She's 11 months old, so she's almost a year old. And then that's why we need to send her out to a new home. So we don't have enough spaces for otters to separate her and her father as we move into breeding season. And so she needs to have herself a new home. So that's why they go out to other zoos. That's usually the next question.
Kathy is asking, do otters shed their fur?
I'm sure they shed sometimes, but they don't shed a whole bunch all at once. You can't tell. Because they're very thick furred. And so if you put a dime down on an otter's pelt, there's about 10,000 hairs, I think, under a dime.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of hairs. And so they shed continually, I think, and it's just never, like, you can't tell that they're shedding. Not like some animals where you can definitely tell it's the season that they're losing some hair.
Yeah.
These guys always are fully furred. What they do is, you see when she was laying, if we can get her to come lean down, there's a spot on her back where it looks flat. Mm-hmm. And that is where she hasn't spent a lot of time grooming right now. So what they have to do is they have to groom and keep an air pocket in between their skin and their fur. And that air pocket is really what's keeping them warm in the winter. So if they're not doing a good job at grooming, then they're going to be a little chilly.
How often do otters have litters?
Generally, otters can have a litter once a year. So in the wild, the mom would breed with the male, and then she would go off and be on her own. She really doesn't spend any time with the male after that. He's not helping to take care of the pups. So here at the zoo, both of our males over the last 10 years have been very good with the pups, and they're very tolerant of them. And generally, once Tallulah is done with the pups, they're very entertaining for them. And so they've gotten along really well.
Yeah.
But that's not a natural setup.
Ashley's asking, where do they live in the wild? Do they nest under the trees like in this exhibit?
I don't think they would do that as much in the wild because they'd have a lot more options. Our otters are more limited here at the zoo. But in the wild, they take over beaver dens that are no longer inhabited by beavers. They'll take over those. And so that's one of the reasons they decided to reintroduce otters into the state of Illinois, because we had a thriving beaver population. And the otter numbers had gone down due to trapping in the past. So they would hang out in beaver dens, and then in open logs like we have, like open hollowed out logs like we have, that's where they would spend a lot of their time.
That's a good spin.
I'm sure, he's like, Wendy waved her hand around. I'm sure if they found a half of the log, they might hide under it.
They might
sometimes.
utilize it, yeah.
I'm sure they would.
They're very opportunistic animals, meaning that they will use whatever they find in the wild.
Yeah.
Rebecca asked, how much do otters weigh?
Otters in general, an adult female otter will weigh anywhere from 15 to 18 pounds. And then males are a little tiny bit heavier. So they'll weigh anywhere from 17 to usually about 21 pounds. And Spencer's very big. He weighs more than
He's a big boy.
He's
There's
a big boy.
This is Spencer.
But
All
he's
right.
consistently weighed more all along since he came to the zoo. Any other questions?
I think that was it. I think that I caught up.
All right. We want to thank everyone for joining us, and we want to thank Chris and Umber for having a membership here at the zoo. And we hope everyone has a great day.
Thanks, Ember. Bye.
Thank you.